back to Millionaire Minds with Sergeant Swan. We're going to get back into it.
And so, Scott Kraft, Alex Scott started his business under me, and there were several other people who started their businesses. So the positive business came to an end. The real estate development business had come to an end early because government got involved with building housing. And it was getting close then, and I was Minister of Home Affairs, and I had almost neglected my business. I had to step in when this had happened. And by 1981, with the strife and the country in trouble, I devoted my time to that. And by 1982, I became Premier. So had I not solved the problem of my business, I would not have been Premier. And there are a lot of other events that could have taken place that might not have happened to Bermuda. I can't say it wouldn't have happened. The other new Premier might have done it. But the fact is that I tried to build an infrastructure for Bermuda when I became Premier, similar to the one I was doing in housing. I was doing it with building government projects, incinerator plant, the prison, bus depot. We did 21 projects in 13 years and 22 programs that improved the structure of the island itself. And there were many of them with human rights and all sorts of programs that improve the structure of government and try to mitigate some of the prejudice and deprivation that was taking place. And rest homes and everything else like that in schools, Cedar Bridge, we built Cedar Bridge, finished the Bermuda College. And so, these course of events don't just happen, they happen because you ask for help, you seek help from others, you get help. When things come along that don't work your way, you don't blame somebody else for it. You find another way to get around it. Because if you blame somebody, that becomes your preoccupation. And you lose sight of the objective of having to solve the problem. The problem doesn't go away. So you need to stay focused on what you are, what you're doing, and how you need to get it done. And if people feel confident that you are giving it a good try, there's always some way in which it will happen. And so I had to bail myself out, get myself involved with government. And then, as you know, the history of Bermuda in terms of the treaties and the arrangements and what we have today is what's propping up Bermuda is that treaty that we did back in 1985, 86, 87, is what props Bermuda up today. So you lay the foundation sometimes when you don't realize the fact how important something's going to be. And that's what I say to people. So it's not just out there talking and making noise, but out there really doing things that really can benefit people in the long term and benefit your country in the long term. We had so much money when I was Premier, I'll never forget it, that the Minister of Finance came to Cabinet and said to me, I'm not sure what to do with it. We've got $12 million in excess of what we need. All the projects are going. And got the incinerator plant and everything else. And I said, well, I'm not going to have that sit on deposit. And we bought Global House. And that became one of the government administration buildings. I was about to have cash just sitting around and bouncing around and so forth. Now we regret it because we needed that for the administration building. So today, I look back and could I have done more? The answer is absolutely yes. What would I have done differently? I think that, I did the best I could with the resources I had. And I really feel like people committed themselves to me, whether it was a Mackie Stovall or whether it was a plumber or whether it was my staff used to laugh at me. I used to talk to Kervin Brangman on the street all the time, and Kervin always told me things about religion, what the Bible said, and how the Bible said this and how the Bible said that. And there was wisdom coming out of his mouth. I'm not sure whether he realized it or not, but I was listening and I was sort of formulating my philosophies on it because I've studied a lot of philosophy. You just can't I go to these international events and have to speak in these international forums, and you have to know a lot about science, you have to know a lot about ideology and philosophy. So I studied all the philosophers going, in fact, right down to Homer, Socrates and Plato and Aristotle, and went along up because I wanted to find out what the thinkers were thinking. And I think one of the things that this era here has produced, which is, in a sense, is it's become so noisy and so repetitive that it's taken the critical thinking out of the process. You know, when I came along, I had to look up things in the library and look up the dictionaries. And so today, you ask electronic, and it gives you a quick answer, but it doesn't make you think about what that answer is. It just gives you an answer. So we're going from thinking to information that doesn't require us to think, and we're not even aware of it. That really, in a sense, we're being downgraded by the technology that's available, and we think we're so smart. In actual fact, we're so dumb because it's doing it for us.
Yeah, I agree.